Welcome to 2 Cents Short of a Dollar, the show where we give our 2 cents and keep it 100. We're your hosts. That's Motiz, and I'm Rue. A little bit late on this topic, but I want to talk about Bam Rodriguez, man, because he had the performance against Juan Estrada where he ended up stopping him, right? And, we kind of been on this Bam train. I remember there's an early video where a guy commented, he's like, yo, you guys got to talk about Bam, man. You got to talk about Bam. And, just the resume he's putting together in the fashion that he's doing it. Obviously, they have the rematch clause coming up, but you can just tell me what you think about his performance, and I'll jump into the next topic after that.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Bam showed that he's a special fighter, and the nickname Legend Killer is standing strong. His performance was great. Dropping Estrada. He even got knocked down at one point. But he came back and started punishing Estrada and stopped him, especially with those body shots and his footwork. Oh my God, just pivoting and just it was a great performance to say the least. Bam is showing that he's going to be definitely a future Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, I was actually hoping, after that we would get the Chocolatito fight, but there's a rematch in place. Estrada came into the fight. It seems that he was the A side, right? He's a legend. Bam is still on the come up. But like you said, the performance, it was just amazing. He was picking him apart. I thought it was going to be a stoppage a bit earlier, but then, like you said, you can never count, a legend like Estrada out. He put him down. Bam wasn't hurt. He was kind of just shocked. And even after the fight, he was kind of just like, oh, so that's what that feels like. He was like, I didn't know what that, that felt like before. It was like a flash knockdown. He wasn't really hurt, but he got back up, started putting it on him. One thing I did notice in the fight, Bam's footwork is amazing, but a lot of times, like, he exited kind of to the right to set up that left hand, seeing how he's a southpaw. So kind of like, like basketball, you're like, oh, play him to this side, play him to that side. Maybe I wanted to see maybe if Estrada would try to turn him the other way to kind of get him to exit the other way to maybe take that strong hand away, but he wasn't able to do that, But even like the ferocious body shot that ended the fight, just perfect placement on it. And it's crazy because then, after the win, and this felt really forced, and it was kind of annoying me because I feel like there was better questions to ask him, but like 2 or 3 times they tried to throw at him. In a way, can we see you fight in a way one day, right? And I just feel like we have to be fair. The same people out there who be like, oh, are they tired of hearing in a way being mentioned to Tank? Like, why? Bam is fighting at 115. He said he's barely making 115. Anyways, at 122. So do I think Bam can make it to 122 one day? Yeah, but is it going to be right now, or is he going to jump up to, what I'm saying? If Bam could jump up right now to fight Inoue, then maybe Inoue should jump up and fight Gervonta, even though I know it's 1 additional weight class, right? Gervonta's 3 weight classes higher. Bam is 2 weight classes lower than Inoue. But like, what do you think about the forcing? Like, oh, can we see you versus Monster Inoue?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to force it. I think they're just trying to force and have fighters come down 2-3 weight classes, and there's weight classes for a reason. Even going up 1 weight class can be detrimental to your performance. We've seen the effect that it had even on Benavidez. In his last fight, how he started to gas out late, and that's just literally 7 pounds.
Yep.
So, which is a lot in boxing, but it just goes to show you just moving up weight class that can kind of hinder your performance. And I think, the Bam that we see in a way that we see, they're great, yes, because they are dominating and they're steadily moving, but not just moving up and challenging like the most special fighters in the world, right? So I think maybe down the line we can potentially see that somehow, but I think at this particular point in time, I definitely think they're forcing it. Just let him, continue to dominate his weight class. At the very least, try to, let him be undisputed or run through the weight class like how he should, and then kind of see where he goes from there. So
yeah, it was like genuinely getting on my nerves. And like I said, I understand the hype because kind of around that 122 right now for Inoue, there is not that other name, right? I mean, how long do you think it would take and how many significant performances for like a Carmel Moulton to even be in the same sentence? You know what I mean? So they don't have that other name that they think can have that big box office fight in a way. So they're trying to find it wherever they can. And like I said, Bam's an extremely exciting fighter to watch, but it just felt forced, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot the guy's name, doing the post-fight interview, but I just wanted him to stop. But it's like, in a way, I'm like, yo, bro, just talk to Bam, like, obviously Bam had a call out. You know, I forgot the fighters he called out, right? But then he said, but obviously have the rematch in place. Obviously, we may like to see him, like I mentioned earlier, fight Chocolatito, you know, and continue this span of fighting legends. You know what I mean? So it just felt like really forced, not just letting him have his moment, but man, at that 112, 115, it's gonna be tough to beat him. Tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. He's a special fighter, and he cracking there too.
He's cracking.
He cracking, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Some of those punches,
Yeah.
I was like, oof.
Yeah, I think I seen a post somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I gotta find it, but even Shakur was like, yeah, he when he sparred him, he's like, yeah, he cracking, like he could hit. He was surprised. He caught him off guard.
Yeah, and yo, it's crazy because he's a small dude, man. I mean, obviously they're around the same size, but just in, you know, relative to maybe someone like yourself or myself, just like, yo, that's a small dude, man. But yeah, he's cracking.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, he's definitely future Hall of Famer bound if he keeps it up. But it's looking like it, man. He's destined to do great things. So we will just have to wait and see, man, and continue to get these great fights for sure.
Yeah. So make sure you jump in the comment section. Tell us who you want to see Bam fight after the rematch with Estrada. And just, do you think the rematch will look any different than what we saw previously